Thor Ragnarok stars Chris Hemsworth as Thor,
Tom Hiddleston as Loki again.
Kate Blanchett as Hela, the goddess of death,
Mark Ruffalo's back as the Hulk.
and it's directed by Taika Waititi.
It sure is. Oh, and Tessa Thompson as Valkyrie.
Thor Ragnarok, third in the Thor trilogy, starts off with Thor, and he's on a mission to save Asgard because he had a vision, I believe, back in Age of Ultron.
Yeah. Which is the last time we saw Thor.
Yeah, he had a vision of the destruction of Ragnarok, and he's like, I've got to go investigate this. And so we sort of find him at the end of his investigation. The whole premise of the film is about Thor kind of proving why he's the rightful heir to Asgard, I guess.
Yeah. He's definitely proving himself, and he's finding his place in the world and within Asgard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bit of a buddy road adventure film. In a word, this movie is fun.
It's definitely one of the most fun Marvel films to date.
You can't go and watch this movie and not have a laugh and just enjoy it. Like it'd be hard pressed to find anyone who came out of hating it for any reason.
Yeah.
Unless they're just a cynical dickhead.
Yeah, what I love about it is that it is so different to the other MCU films in that, like, I would say, obviously, due to Taika Waititi's direction, is that it is more than anything a comedy. Well, that's definitely
It's definitely got his unique comedy style stamp.
Yeah, it's got that flair to it that's very noticeable, which I think is great. This time around, it's more or less like a revamping of the character of Thor, because I don't think 1 and 2 did so well critically, and with fans didn't really care that much about them.
No.
I know I didn't particularly like either of the first two.
Yeah, I know
films.
This time round, their main goal was to make Thor the most interesting character in his own film, which they definitely succeeded in.
Yeah, they've succeeded in.
He's A, hilarious, and B, he's a big idiot, but he's kind of does some smart things in this film as well, which are things he's obviously learned along the way, either from Loki or whoever. Like, he sort of tricks a few people and stuff, but he also is always doing the right thing. He never sways from that at any point in this film. He's kind of always on his mission to be a hero.
Yeah, that's true. They've kind of taken away that naive fish out of water thing that he was in the first two, and kept a little bit of it, but just added way more to it that makes him a much more interesting character. I feel like with Kate Blanchett's Hela, it was a little bit of like a almost generic, like, evil being, but she had way more personality than any of the other generic baddies, I think.
That's true. Yeah, she definitely did. I guess when you hire Kate Blanchett, you get something decent.
Yeah, turns in a great performance.
What do you call it when two characters? Altercation?
Yeah,
should have had more weight to it, I think.
Could have had a bit more.
But it just wasn't quite there, which is weird being a Taika film, because the kind of how that would have gone is a lot to do with previous films, but it's hard to talk about without going to spoilers.
Yeah.
But the themes of his previous films should have applied very heavily to this film as well.
Yeah. I see what you're saying.
It really wasn't quite there with this one. I guess maybe just being a blockbuster.
Yeah,
but the comedy was there, but the heartfelt stuff wasn't quite as strong as his previous films.
Yeah. But I did like that Hela had a good, like, she had purpose as a character. Like, even though it doesn't quite come through all the time, but you know what she wants and why she wants it, and I think that's quite good.
Yeah.
Tessa Thompson as Valkyrie, or
she's great.
A Valkyrie. Yeah. But she's great as well. She steals her scenes as well, which is cool. My problem with the way her character was written, like, I don't think it's also a spoiler, but like the fact that she's like a heavy drinker.
Yeah.
I don't feel like that plays into any part of the plot at all. Like, they just use it for the base of a couple of jokes. Yeah, and then but it doesn't actually have any effect on the film at all. The fact that she's a drinker.
I felt like Loki's probably a little bit underutilized, especially toward the end. Like, he's good in the middle. Like, he's got stuff to do, and then he just kind of is at the end. Okay, like he's there.
Yeah.
And then Taika's great himself.
Yeah, Taika.
What a scene stealer.
Yeah, he's great. He plays the character of Korg, who's basically this, like, alien who looks like he's made of rocks, like just a big brutish like rock monster. He's great.
I feel like he did a few lines earlier on as his cameo role, and the studio were just like, you should be in it more, because that's hilarious, and then they just added him into the rest of the film.
It'd be nice to see Korg come back for a future film or 2 or 3. So some of the issues I guess I had with this film was a couple of
VFX shots were not quite as good as they should be.
Yeah, I definitely noticed those.
Especially when it's a scene that could have been shot practically and was not.
But in saying that, there's only like a small handful of those VFX shots that aren't quite polished. Yeah. But the majority of the film looks quite
98% of the film is great.
Yeah.
And it's just like... I guess when you got a film that looks that good and you get a couple of little bad shots, they stick out a lot.
They do stick out, yeah. But it really doesn't tarnish the film that much. Like, you just notice them, but then you move on.
And a couple of little audio bits. Just a small one scene where the dialogue gets really quiet. And I have no idea. There was a joke in there and I missed it. And I don't know why it was so quiet. There's no rhyme or reason for it. So the soundtrack was great.
Yes, the soundtrack is really cool. I've got that whole like synthy 80s jam going through like most of the film. Really cool.
Basically what was promised in the trailer is what you get.
Is what you get,
like that kind of sound. And then the
No, you want to carry on? You want to sing that?
No, I'm good.
I think, like the soundtrack really reinforces the fact that this is a new, rejuvenated Thor, and they're done with the old, and they're bringing in this like fresh new take, which is really cool.
Yeah, definitely between the soundtrack and the set design, or just the art design of the film, like
colors.
Yeah, it's just like such a different look and sound and tone to the rest of the Marvel universe. Even different from Guardians.
Yeah, way different to Guardians, I think.
Guardians was just like saturated color and just crazy color everywhere, whereas this is like different colors, but more pastel-y, I guess, or something.
Yeah,
it was like a different way of using the colors. Like it was a different tone entirely, and then the music was definitely different. It was really big props to the art department.
Big props.
Ah! Classic gag. Yeah, so overall, Thor is a bit of a hoot. It's good laugh, so you'll enjoy it no matter what. Like, there's no way you could not come out of this film thinking, that was great. So yeah, positives are the comedy and the way the look and feel of it. Downside, I guess it could have gone a bit deeper into the emotional side of the characters and stuff. Like, there was definitely room for that, and it wasn't really as delved into as much as I thought it would have been with a Taika film. So I'm not going to go as high as I did for Hunt for the Wilder People. Sorry, Taika. Your $180 million budget didn't help you this time. I'll probably go with 7 out of 10.
7 out of 10.
Yeah.
Alright then. I pretty much feel the same way you do, I think, where I really love the fact that this was like a completely different take on the Marvel films. It's like way more comedy than any of the other ones. I guess some people might find that to be a negative, the fact that there's just joke after joke the whole way through. But I feel like it doesn't really take away from the action and like the story. But yeah, like you say, there is a little bit of depth lacking in like the emotional weight of things. Yeah, I do agree there.
There's enough for it to be passable, but it's just not.
Yeah, it's there, but it's not like
you
fully
could have had
fleshed
some
out.
Good gut-wrenching stuff in there, I reckon. But...
Yeah. There's some good moments with like Thor gets obviously it's his film. He gets a lot of good moments with pretty much all the characters. He gets like him and Loki get their brotherly moments, and
him and Hulk get their best friendly moments.
But yeah, Loki. I wish I could have seen a bit more from him. It's always hard to gauge with Loki, like where he stands. Like, but and this
I guess
one,
it's his character though.
Yeah, that is exactly his character.
To be ambiguous as to whether he's good, evil, what he's up to.
Damn you, Loki! Damn you! But yeah, I did really enjoy this film. It's a lot of fun, great to look at, and really funny. So I'm gonna give this one an 8 out of 10. Boom.
What were you the god of again?